just before people start joining, just copy the link and can I share it over without leaving? I should be able to. Right, no, there you go. Just sharing the link there with the guys over in the Hotbox on Telegram. Link is in past descriptions there for anybody who wants to join who's not already a member of the public Hotbox group over on Telegram. But yeah, as you can see there, I'm outside of the Cork district, what's to say, Model National School. Alright, didn't know that, but there you go, learn something new every day. But this is the Cork City Courts of just criminal courts. So yeah, the appeal is after coming up for the cultivation charges, and interestingly enough, then another charge for possession from back in January 2023 was also sent along. So that's a charge that's probably going back to a possession case back in 2021. What's happening, my dog? OE420, Linda, what's happening? Welcome along. Just explaining there what we're here for, the cultivation charges and the possession charges. Cultivation was to do with the cannabis plants that I planted across the road there in Cork City Hall, opposite the Garda station, well, a little bit around the corner from the Garda station there, over on the Cork. Where else do we plant cannabis plants? We brought one down onto Washington Street as well, or the Grand Parade actually, sorry. And we left it there, but they actually dropped the charges for that because I didn't actually plant it. I just brought it in a pot, which I thought was interesting. I didn't get done for cultivation for that one, even though it was a massive cannabis plant. And I just left it there on the seat in its pot. But they dropped the charges because there wasn't any actual planting done in the videos that I put up online. So yeah, we're here for the appeal of those charges anyway. Got my little bit of work done here on how I would like to fight this anyway, so we'll be meeting the solicitor and barrister there in not too long. So if I have to end this there in the next while, apologies for if it's short. But yeah, we'll have a chat with them, kind of highlight my defence. I got drug-resistant epilepsy, it seems. Had a number of seizures there now over the last month or two. Got really serious the weekend just gone. Was rushed off the hospital, spent a couple of days there in the hospital. Not long out of there now, what, two days is it? I got out, it's Friday now, got out of there Tuesday, so out of there since Tuesday. They actually kind of wanted to keep me a little bit longer just so I could see the consultant, but they couldn't guarantee I would see the consultant up until like yesterday. So I opted to go back, missed the kids, missed the family, just missed being at home. So I opted to get out of there and going to meet the consultant in a couple of weeks at his clinic. They've put me on a new drug, so I'm now currently taking 3 different drugs all at once. Varying levels of the drugs. The one they're after putting me on now is what's it called again? Clobazamide or clobazam, something along those lines. Anyway, I can't remember exactly the name of that drug. But it's a scheduled drug. It's in the Schedule 5, so it's scheduled alongside drugs like morphine, codeine. So it is a controlled substance. They're happy to put me on this. You know, came with a number of warnings. It takes 6 weeks to get up to the dose that they would like me to be at in order to kind of control my seizures, or hopefully control my seizures. But yeah, they're happy to put me on that, despite the fact that it comes with a number of health risks, number of health warnings. So it's interesting. As I said, drug-resistant epilepsy, it seems at the moment. I'm doing all I can to kind of get that under control, but it seems like it's not going in my favour. Number of hospitalizations over the last couple of months, the number of them actually being quite serious, suffering from what's known as apnea during a seizure, where your respiratory system fails for whatever reasons, and you stop breathing, lack of oxygen to the brain and stuff like that. That's going to kill you if it goes on for too long. Thankfully, I had the paramedics alongside me to assist to make sure I was getting oxygen, and I was taken care of quite well above in the hospital. But yeah. As you can see, quite burnt out from this. Absolutely burnt out. So the stress that comes with this, like, they want to talk about the harms of the cannabis? Seriously? The stress that this puts on one's body is far outweighs the harms, any harms with cannabis. In my experience, cannabis has been a benefit to me. It's benefited my quality of life. It's not been at all, except for when the justice system actually gets involved. That's where the problems have arisen for me, and only there really. Health-wise, it's not been. It's been more of a benefit, if anything. Stress is a very well known trigger for epilepsy, and the stress I've been going through there over the last while has been absolutely unreal. As you can see, I've not been online doing streams. This is why it's getting harder. As I said before, I wish prohibition was actually my biggest problem at the moment. Like, we've got other things going on that we can't really talk about. Like, and this shit is at least my problems. The biggest problem here now today is not losing my shit with them. I just tell them to go fuck themselves, like, because what they're doing is far worse, like, far fucking worse. I honestly don't know how they've got away with it for so long. The ineffectiveness of it, it's counterproductive. It truly is. Like, they've not achieved any of their goals, their objectives that came along. They're doing far more harm than good. E420 says started a new channel on there. It's all about the fight to change the bills in this country. I'll drop into you live when you're on again. Hopefully have a chat and share how we can get more involved. Yeah, definitely more than happy to have a chat with people. Humble Gardener, what's happening? Nice one for the wishes of luck there from everybody. E420 says he's on, or he or she, sorry, is on 7 different medications for their condition, but yet I've been told to stay away from cannabis, even though it's my original medication. Yeah, they just don't hear that people experience more benefit than negative when it comes to cannabis. That the biggest negative that goes alongside of it is the fact that you have to hide it. It's so stigmatized. You always have to defend yourself. Like, you never hear these guys having to defend their policies. Well, that's what I want to do here now. I want to get them to defend their policies, justify their violation of my rights, my bodily integrity, my ability to actually, have a choice as to how I take care of myself, especially when it does no harm to anybody else. Susie Q, head up, Martin. Nice one. Yeah, don't let the punch get the better of you. Stay strong, you're fighting a good fight. Nice one. What's happening, Casa? My 2 lads from Cork yesterday told me about a friend there, the Manaway, that was caught with 12 plants and had their kids taken away. That's fucking, that's a sin. Like, that really is a crime. There's no justification for that, like, at all. Yeah, repeal the Misuse of Drugs Act. It's been called for in the Citizens' Assembly. Like, there's no justification for these policymakers sitting on their hands. Did you see recently they actually talked about taking warning labels off of alcohol? Off the alcohol. Like, this shouldn't be a conversation being had just yet. Let's sort out the other drugs. Let's sort out the other areas that really need to be sorted out. They want to increase the trade of alcohol. Well, all along, they've been talking about getting it down, highlighting the harms of alcohol, trying to reduce the consumption of it. But now when it comes to enterprise, when it comes to actually making money, they want to increase the trade and still not have a conversation around other substances like cannabis. Which, to be fair, when you look at the rankings of harms alongside the drugs that have been done over the years by varying people, cannabis comes way down the fucking list. My dog don't let the passes, could you know? Asking him, okay, yeah, fucking, it's just getting hard. We met with the Dan by the gram and told me about you, so I hit you up. The follow, respect the work you do, power to the Irish. Nice one. Yeah, Casa sitting there, the Mayor of Amsterdam want to legalise cannabis, free up to 80% of the police resources currently being wasted on drug control. This is what I'm talking about. Like, these guys need to justify their policies. They're ineffective. Like, it's been shown in other places around Europe. Like, there's been the trend is moving towards repealing these laws, making police more fucking effective, more efficient, more respected within our communities. And looking at substances, even outside of cannabis, it's warranted. It needs to be done. It's the best way to protect our younger generations growing up, is to be taking an honest look and giving an honest education around these substances and proper control to try and restrict the access that young kids have to it, the younger generation. And look, if they do get access, at least it's through a regulated means. They're not going to be recruited into the drugs trade like they currently are. Or kids are getting dismembered, you know what I mean? Keam O'Reilly Woods, that'll forever, stand in my mind. Not because of drugs or anything like that, because of drug prohibition. Yeah, nice one, Susie. And Oig saying here as well, it goes back to the Dáil in October for the third time. That's 9 months, but I'd say they'll push it back again. Yeah, most likely. Like the genuine one, you just don't give a shit. They're sitting on their hands here. Well, I'm going to try to do my part here, and I'm standing up for my rights. My rights have been violated, and there's no justification for such, and it needs to be challenged. It needs to be challenged. Yeah, nice and enjoyed it. Yeah, I'm going to have to go there. I've a phone call coming through, so I'd imagine that's the legal team inside looking to meet me, so I'm just going to try to pull myself together and go in there and have a chat. So guys, a nice one everybody for checking, a nice one for everybody's comments. Last one there by Adam with the popularity of weed YouTubers. I see them in Thailand, Holland, USA, living a good life. Look at how Ireland is treating me, for shame, solidarity. Nice guys. Well, catch you all later.